Today we're exploring the top 10 adventure anime with overpowered main characters who hide their true power. Expect secret abilities, epic adventures, underrated classics, and some MCs who could solo your favorite shonen hero without breaking a sweat. Kicking off at number 10, the Faraway Paladin introduces us to Will, a boy raised by three undead guardians: Blood, the skeletal warrior; Mary, the ghost priestess; and Gus, the spectral mage. His childhood is anything but normal, but it shapes him into a prodigy of faith, magic, and combat. Will is destined for greatness, but he hides his divine strength as he grows, focusing instead on learning morality, kindness, and leadership. Unlike the usual isekai instant flex trope, this anime spends time letting Will earn his role as a hero. Watching him balance humanity and godlike power makes the journey far more emotional and grounded compared to other OP MC adventures. Will isn't just another generic OP isekai protagonist, he's like if Deku and Tanjiro fused and got raised by skeleton dads. What's refreshing is he doesn't scream his power at every fight. No Asta-level yelling here. He's humble, cautious, and way more relatable. Also, can we appreciate how his family would terrify anyone else? Dude literally called a skeleton dad. The anime might not have insane popularity, but if you love growth, emotions, and hidden strength, this one's criminally underrated. This is Emiverse Anime. Watch this video to the end and hit that subscribe button now. Number 9. C. The Money of Soul and Possibility Control. Sliding to number 9. C. The Money of Soul and Possibility Control throws us into a surreal economic battleground where money isn't just currency, it's your future. Kimimaro, a broke college student, gets dragged into the financial district, a hidden realm where people duel using assets, manifestations of their future potential. Kimimaro looks ordinary, but his ability to strategize and survive in these life-or-death economic battles makes him a standout. While everyone else burns through futures like spoiled billionaires, Kimimaro stays level-headed, calculating his moves carefully. It's not flashy like a typical shonen, but the tension, mystery, and clever way his hidden talent turns the tide keeps the anime gripping. This anime is like Yu-Gi-Oh! Meets Wall Street, but with more existential dread. Kimimaro is broke, shy, and looks like he couldn't even win an argument with Konohamaru. Yet, in battle, he's terrifyingly efficient. Watching greedy tycoons get stomped is low-key satisfying, like Robin Hood energy, but with anime powers. Sure, the metaphors get heavy-handed, capitalism bad, duh. But honestly, Kimimaro hiding his genius in plain sight makes it worth it. If you want underrated, stylish, and cerebral, C deserves more hype. Landing at number 8, Chrome Shelled Regios introduces Leifon, a reluctant hero in a futuristic world plagued by giant mutant bugs. Enrolled in a military academy, he just wants a normal life, but his past as a master swordsman makes that impossible. Leifon constantly tries to downplay his insane combat skills, but his secret slips out whenever threats rise. The show mixes sci-fi, fantasy, and academy tropes with Leifon's hidden identity as one of the deadliest warriors alive. Despite his efforts to blend in, his strength keeps dragging him into battles, proving he's far from average. Watching him pretend he's just another student while casually destroying monsters is equal parts hilarious and badass. Leifon's basically the definition of, I don't want to fight, but I'll annihilate you if I have to. He's the quiet kid at school who you find out is a black belt in 7 martial arts. Honestly, his biggest enemy isn't the giant bugs, it's his inability to stay low-key. The anime's world building is underrated, and while the pacing wobbles, Leifon himself is peak OP MC energy. He could solo a My Hero Academia class and still be back in time for lunch. Looking at number 7, Darker Than Black gives us Hei, a seemingly ordinary Chinese exchange student who moonlights as the infamous assassin known as the Black Reaper. Contractors like him wield supernatural powers, but every ability comes at a cost. Hei, however, is special. His true power is terrifying, but he hides behind a goofy mask of being socially awkward and mild-mannered. When the mask drops, he transforms into a lethal force who dismantles enemies with precision and cold efficiency. The anime mixes espionage, sci-fi, and noir vibes, giving high layers of mystery. His ability to juggle dual identities makes his character unforgettable and keeps his true strength hidden from nearly everyone around him. Hei is the anime equivalent of Clark Kent, except instead of glasses, he's got a mask and zero social skills. One moment he's cooking noodles like an awkward roommate, the next he's annihilating squads of trained assassins. The duality makes him magnetic. He doesn't need to scream or flex, his silence is scarier. Honestly, Hai could probably walk into Naruto and assassinate half the Akatsuki before anyone realized what happened. It's sleek, it's dark, and it's still one of the coolest hidden OP stories out there. Number 6. The Legend of the Legendary Heroes. Sliding to number 6, The Legend of the Legendary Heroes follows Reiner Lute, a genius mage who wants nothing more than to nap his life away. Lazy, unbothered, and sarcastic, Reiner gives off total slacker vibes. But hidden beneath his boredom lies the Alpha Stigma, an ability that lets him instantly analyze and replicate magic. This cursed power makes him one of the most dangerous people alive. Reiner spends most of the series downplaying himself, while others either fear him or try to exploit him. But when he's pushed to unleash his full strength, the destruction is jaw-dropping. His hidden potential is both a gift and a curse, making him one of the most compelling, secret OP protagonists in anime. Reiner is basically Shikamaru if Shikamaru could nuke countries with his eyes. He's hilarious because he's so lazy you forget he's broken level strong until he casually wipes the floor with someone. And the tonal whiplash is real. One minute you're laughing at his sarcasm, the next you're hit with existential tragedy. Honestly, the title sounds like a parody, but the anime has depth, darkness, and hidden OP moments that rival bigger shows. Reiner's the king of I could, but I'd rather nap. Number 5. The Sacred Blacksmith. Cruising in at number 5, The Sacred Blacksmith pairs knight-in-training Cecily Campbell with Luke Ainsworth, the titular blacksmith who is far more than he appears. Luke comes off cold and detached, often brushing off Cecily's struggles, but beneath his quiet demeanor lies a swordsman with incredible hidden power and deep knowledge of cursed blades. While Cecily fumbles with her growth as a knight, Luke constantly steps in to save the day, though he tries to mask it as just doing his job. His secret strength and tragic backstory make him far more complex than your standard supporting mentor. Watching him unleash his true skills is like watching a blade master finally stop holding back. Luke is the guy who insists he's just a blacksmith, but could probably solo Demon Slayer's Upper Moons if he felt like it. He roasts people with both words and swordplay, making him one of the best hidden OP characters. The anime itself has flaws, pacing issues, awkward fan service, you know the drill, but Luke carries it harder than Levi carries Attack on Titan. If you like stoic badasses hiding ungodly talent, this dude is your man. Understated, overpowered, underrated. Number 4, Grimgar Ashes and Illusions, Hide Against no Grimgar. Dropping at number 4, Grimgar Ashes and Illusions is not your typical overpowered adventure. Instead of instantly overpowered heroes, it drops ordinary people into a brutal fantasy world where survival is uncertain. Haruhiro, the reluctant leader, doesn't scream prodigy at first glance, but slowly he emerges as someone with quiet strength, calculating strategies, and shouldering responsibilities others can't handle. Unlike other anime, victories here feel earned, with sweat, fear, and sacrifice. Haruhiro hides how sharp he truly is, pretending to be unsure while quietly orchestrating his team's survival. The anime's painterly art style and grounded tone make every hidden strength reveal hit even harder. Haruhiro is the anti-Kirito. No dual-wielding flexes, no instant cheat codes, just grit, brains, and quiet leadership. He's that friend who downplays everything but is secretly holding the whole group together. The show's emotional punches hit hard. When the group loses people, you feel it. Honestly, Grimgar makes SAO look like a casual VR vacation. If you're tired of loud, cocky protagonists and want subtle strength in a brutal world, Haruhiro will surprise you. It's slow burn, but worth every second. Number 3, Kaze no Stigma. Storming into number 3, Kaze no Stigma gives us Kazuma Yagami, a man exiled from his fire-wielding family for being weak. Years later, he returns, not with fire, but with unmatched wind magic that obliterates everything in his path. Kazuma hides his true power under layers of sarcasm and smugness, letting people underestimate him before blowing them away, literally. He isn't just overpowered, he's savage, both in fights and insults. The story mixes family drama, supernatural action, and romance, with Kazuma proving again and again that he's no longer the weak outcast. Watching him crush his arrogant clan members with his hidden skills is satisfying revenge at its finest. Kazuma is that relative who got kicked out, glowed up, and came back just to flex. He doesn't just win fights, he roasts enemies so hard it stings worse than the magic. Sure, the anime's dated, and yes, some parts feel very mid-2000s cheesy, but Kazuma himself? Timeless. He could roast Bakugo and still walk away with 0 scratches. Kaze no Stigma might not have the polish of modern hits, but Kazuma's brand of hidden OP swagger still makes it worth watching. Swooping into number 2, Plunderer introduces Lich Bak, a ridiculous goofball who seems more like a pervy side character than a main hero. But underneath his clownish mask lies one of the most feared warriors in the world, the legendary Ace. Lich deliberately hides his skills, using comedy and idiocy as armor to shield others from his dark past. But when danger comes knocking, he becomes a force of nature, slicing armies apart with speed and precision. The show itself is messy, overloaded fan service, uneven pacing, but Licht's hidden power and layered personality carry it. Watching him switch from goof to godlike warrior is pure anime whiplash in the best way. Licht is like Gojo if he pretended to be Mineta all day. Half the time you want to slap him, the other half you're like, oh, never mind, he could end me in one swing. He's hilarious, tragic, and terrifying, all rolled into one unpredictable MC. Honestly, Plunderer as a series fumbles, but Licht himself is top-tier hidden OP energy. He's proof that sometimes the MC doesn't need the perfect story, they just need personality, trauma, and a sword sharp enough to scare gods. And finally, number 1, Black Cat. Train Hartnett is a former assassin known as the Black Cat, feared for his unmatched gun skills. But when we meet him, he's a chill bounty hunter who seems content with a simple life. Train hides his true past and terrifying strength, keeping a low profile until enemies push him too far. When that switch flips, he goes from laid back to lethal in seconds, reminding everyone why he was once unstoppable. The series blends action, comedy, and emotional growth, with Train balancing his bloody past and his new life. His quiet, hidden edge makes him one of the coolest and most underrated MCs in adventure anime. Train is the definition of don't judge a book by its cover. He looks like he's just vibing, but under the coat and easygoing smile is an assassin who could solo half of Shonen Jump. What makes him stand out is his transition, from killer to protector, from feared to free. He's like Vash the Stampede's cooler cousin with fewer jokes and more bullets. Black Cat deserves way more attention, and Train proves hidden OP MCs don't always need magic to dominate. And that wraps up the top 10 adventure anime with overpowered MCs who hide their true power. From skeleton dad heroes to sarcastic wind gods, we covered some seriously underrated gems. Which anime on this list is your favorite? Drop it in the comments, hit that like button, and subscribe for more anime deep dives every week.